is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Washington State ready to kick off as it's time to get things started. He'll bring it out. It's Daniels. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Air Force Falcons offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. Quarterback on the keeper. Got the first down and still on his feet. Got a lot of room to the right. Past the 20. And he slipped through the crowd and he'll house it. Touchdown, Air Force.
Consider the tone of this football game set. One play, one run, all the way to the house. Palmer, you couldn't draw up a better start.
That is a dream start, David. And this offense takes so much pride in being physical. And on the very first play of the game, they blow the defense off the ball, and he takes it all the way to the crib.
The Cougars offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And what a performance, an aerial show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this one, David.
Yeah, it was a great week. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing it quick. The ball was coming out, just touchdowns at will. A really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him to make plays through the air.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating the playbook to expand a little bit in this game. Maybe see some new schemes in the passing game just based on what this guy was able to do the last time he took the field.
Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. Offense in a bunch formation. Wants to throw on first down. Quick strike complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And now on second down for this offense. Back to pass. Going for the big play. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Hey, listen, quarterback didn't get the completion on that throw, but that doesn't mean you can't try again. Trust in your playmakers outside to push the field and stretch it vertically.
Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Washington State will have to boot it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Got his man quickly. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Starting a drive like that really builds confidence. First down from the 45. Bringing the heat. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
Man, it didn't take long for the defense to get home on that play. You see them playing man coverage in the back end, slowing down the routes from the receivers and the rest of the offense. That forced the quarterback to have to hold on to it for just a split second longer, and they were able to get the sack.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He's got it. First down and more. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. The Falcons are marching down the field. Looking downfield, it's Boyd. Trying to make magic with his feet.
I think he did a really good job, first of all, keeping his eyes downfield. You could see he wanted to throw the football. But when it's not there, don't force it. Tuck it down, get some positive yards.
They'll move the wide receiver. Just a short pass to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
How many first downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Working on the right. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. And the Falcons started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. They're looking to get the edge with this one on the toss. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He makes a grab. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing, for this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Fires to the big fella. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
Nothing going right for this team early in the first quarter here. The defense is getting gashed, and now you've thrown a pick. The head coach has got to get his team together and get everybody to calm down and settle in.
And this defense, they've got to do a big job here. Like, offense puts you in a bad spot. You haven't had some great moments, but this possession, we got to get a stop, got to stop the bleeding, and get the ball back to our offense.
Back to pass, it's Boyd. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted to stop the threat. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. Off the play fake. Here's a heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
Well, he did what he was coached to do, and he threw it away, but you can see he's frustrated with himself. He knows he's one of the fastest quarterbacks in the country, and I think he's wishing he had that play back, as he might have been able to take off and scramble, and who knows what could have happened for the offense.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Quickly out to the tight end. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Number 12, on to punt it away.
Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Good job by the coverage team, and that's how we'll end the period. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the catch. Oh, there might have been trouble if they had knocked him down so quickly. The Falcons want to pick up the tempo. He'll do it himself. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
They go with the option, quarterback keeps it himself, and look, we've seen this guy on tape, guys, break these tackles and take it the distance. This offense should keep dialing up these option plays. Don't let that short gain by the QB.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. And the Falcons will punt this one away. signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Washington State sends the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Takes it on the return. He was working his way toward midfield, but they'll stop him at the 46-yard line. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. Buys a little time with his feet. All kinds of room to throw that one in there.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Finds his big tight end. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business. Just inside the red zone, 1st and 10 from the 19. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Just a little off. Incomplete.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. The Falcons trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Back to throw, it's Boyd. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force. Fired in from the red zone for the score. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these 2 guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these 2 guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now.
Oh, he's got some space. He's out of bounds after a big pickup, but there's a flag on the field, and this might be coming back. A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. They go to the ground, fighting off the defender. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Off play action. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Quickly complete. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. On the run, it's Coleman. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be dang. You talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Just barely able to keep him from housing it on that one. What a nice return. This dude when he gets the ball in his hands. Got room to work. There he goes. Touchdown, Cougar! He got loose, and it was lights out after that. He'll try to tack on one more. The extra point is good, but they're still down 28-7. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score.
Washington State, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Back to throw, it's Boyd. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Here's the pressure. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be third down.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away.
Lets it fly. Makes a grab at the 25, and there's room. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Cutler. He's forced out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4, and they save the touchdown, at least for now. This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the... Max going for the goal line. Touchdown, Air Force! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That trip to the end zone is 25th career touchdown.
Man, he's been productive, just has a nose for the end zone. This dude's made big play after big play for his offenses, and that's 25 touchdowns, Palmer, on the ground for the big fella.
Pretty impressive, too, when you consider when you get close to that end zone, the defense is expecting run, they're loading the box. Still, this guy's been able to find his way in. 25, it's a nice number.
They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Got his man. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. Trying to get a rhythm in the passing game, now on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Under fire. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
Pressure coming. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything...
And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Falcons.
And we are officially in blowout mode. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen so many explosive plays, and they score again before going in at halftime, guys. I'm hoping we can have a running clock here in the second half.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner goes down. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He's got his man. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Cougars in a good spot here with 2nd and short. back to throw, time running short in the half. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And this is why this team is losing this game right now. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't have a chance with the way this offensive line is playing.
Wants to throw on third. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down. Washington State sends out the punt unit.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Catches it at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. He'll pull it on the read. He'll get it out to the 43-yard line. That's where they mark him out of bounds, and this offense is starting to do a little work. The Falcons can really attack on this second and short. Looking to pass. It's Boyd. Pocket breaking down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Yeah, and this defense hadn't had a lot of success. This offense has been doing what it wants at will. Finally getting to the QB, finally getting some pressure, finally getting a big hit on him. That'll pay some dividends down the...
Trying to burn this defensive back. He's got it inside the 25. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Looking to throw on first down. Fires toward the target. And the defense making a play and getting a hand on that pass. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21.
45, Washington State, 7.
He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Washington State has it back, and they'll send the offense onto the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Shoots it to the left. Fires it incomplete.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage.
Turning it on! They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. There's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Right on the money. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. The Cougars can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's got it. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it and fires to the left. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll run it from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Third and short, coming from the 34. You wonder if this is 4-down territory. Motion from the wide receiver. Handoff from the gun. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Washington State will have to boot it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Looking for a crease. It's Daniels. Gets it past the marker. At midfield, he's got room. Lots of running room. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Air Force.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Rush is on him. They're going to get him for a safety. Tried to make something out of nothing and still got stuck for the 2.
Number 12.
You could tell the defense smelled it. They knew exactly where they were on the field, put the pressure on him, got him down in the end zone. Safety, baby.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The give on the inside. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first. He's brought down, but what a play for this offense, and they'll have it at the 12-yard line. And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking for a man. It's Boyd. He's got it on the run. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. No sign of the punt team as they will go for it and try to move those chains. And it's picked off at the goal line. That's a way to make a stand. He goes down after the short return. What a play to get the football back. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Fires to the big fella. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Second down coming up. Working that left side now. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. The Cougars come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. They'll try to power their way ahead. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Wants to go up top on first down. And the defense forced that incompletion with the deflection.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
It's definitely the wide receiver's job to create space, right? So whether you're running a go or you're running a hitch like this right here, I got to find a way to push off legally or just create a little bit of space.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And he's got it inside the 35. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the third quarter stats will show you. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking to throw on first down. Can't connect on his first throw.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops, just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
Man, this sophomore quarterback unleashed a cannon on that one. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The play action fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He needs to make sure those mechanics are pure from the right hash and 40 yards away. And this one is perfect. And they'll put 3 on the board, but the deficit remains huge.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep... there.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Quarterback on the keeper.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in. He got that sucker to the ground.
Looking to take a shot. And the deep shot is complete inside the 35-yard line. Exploded for a huge chunk of yards on that last one. They'll try to do it again here, 1st and 10 from the 33. They get him stopped after a pickup of 5 to the 28. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Dropping back, it's Willis. Caught near the sticks, it's Maddox. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Falcons are flying down the field. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. The give to the tailback. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab on the left. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. Well, that's just piling on. Not the penalty kind, just the mean kind. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. Here comes the Wazoo offense onto the field again. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
Grab near the sticks. It's Clements. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. Wants to throw on first down. Unleashes one. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Going for it all. Grabs it at the 25-inch stride. A huge play there as he has it inside the 20 of the 19. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Off the play fake on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Big guy smells it. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it 1st and goal. And the Cougars had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a...
And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man, doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And the field goal was good. They get 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much in terms of the deficit. He'll bring it out. It's Rhodes. Makes a move. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He'll do it himself. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And here we go. Final play of the game right here. To the air, it's Willis. Fires to the right. Got him downfield. And that is how we will wrap this one up.
Yeah, they got to make